Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the simple joy of birding. It is not the most ideal conditions out, as you can see, and that's okay. We're going to make the most of it. I'm a little concerned about the wind, so my goal is to get over down there as quickly as possible. There might be a little bit of huffing and puffing. That's okay. We're doing audio today, as you might be able to guess, and it is quite cold, as you might be able to tell. So I've got a hand warmer in my pocket, because unfortunately I will absolutely need fingerless gloves in order to control the phone mount for the audio that we are doing today. We will start as we go. I did not necessarily plan to come back to the same location. It's just kind of how it happened. Once I realized there was no chance we were going to have any sun, I left the cameras at home. Not the best day to be audio recording, that is for sure. I am not sure how any of this will turn out, but it was worth a shot. I'll be picking up some interesting ones already. We shall see. Kingfisher. Oh, that is a kingfisher. The wind is stronger than I thought it would be. I knew there would be some. I knew there's a chance of rain, and if it does start raining, we will be leaving. As I am very exposed with electronics. But that's okay, we'll make the most of it. There goes a rabbit across the path. Which direction is the wind blowing? It's all kind of... I think it is going... Well, we can look at the water, can't we? We can see it's all coming this way. So we're currently walking into the wind, which is not ideal. In which case, I will turn my head in an attempt to shelter the mic. He said while immediately getting distracted and seeing a bird off to the right. Robins right here. That's great. So let's see, that's probably 3 robins. We should go ahead and start the bird list. We can say we've seen some robins. At least 3 of them. That might be a starling. We've got something at the top of this tree here. It's a robin song, maybe? Again, the wind will make the audio not usable. So the hope is definitely to get down off the bank where we walked before. Off the trail, I should say. This definitely makes for a different kind of experience. To be quiet and to listen, but let's see if we can't find a little shelter outside of the wind. That would be a killdeer. Another two robins. Start paying a little more attention to what we're doing here. We've got a blue heron flying. Definitely seen a few red-winged blackbirds as well. We heard that kingfisher for sure. Belted kingfisher. Those both were red-winged blackbirds before. Fast-moving wings overhead. Cormorant. Several robins. Shall see if this does indeed get us a little out of the wind. cormorant flying. Now, here we go. If you'll excuse me for just a moment, need to blow my nose. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the simple joy of birding. I'm re-introing this. Sorry if this is the second time you've heard this, because I have no idea if any of what I just recorded on the walk out here is going to come out. As you can see, weather conditions are very overcast. There is a 24% chance of rain with a 6-mile-an-hour wind. But it did not feel like 6 miles an hour walking across this big open space. So, my plan seems to be working. We're down here, we're out of the wind, for the most part, he said as the wind started picking up. I'm doing something different today. I'm doing audio. I'm going to get started here in a moment, so there'll be a lot less talking and a lot more listening. We're getting some good sounds from over there, so I think I want to go record those. I've got the setup here. Audio recording setup with some apps to identify. I'm going to go ahead and start this over because we don't submit these. And then we will start getting a little closer over here. Let's see what we can find. I'm hearing too many at once for us to single one out. But here, I'll let you listen as well. Just have to get to the recording button. I need to make this a little easier. I did not test it with this new mount. It is not easy to get to. sitting in the thick of it. This is what I was hoping for. As long as I maintain a low volume and I'm not moving around too much, we should be okay. The wind is picking up just outside here, so I need to pull back slightly. But we are picking things up. I for sure see redwing blackbirds. We've got, let's see if you can see. I saw a song sparrow just over there. I heard the kingfisher again, some geese, mourning doves for sure. Killdeer were back over there on the walk here. I don't know about goldfinch, but I have yet to learn their songs. This is a learning experience for me. So this is the Merlin app up top, and this is my own custom app down here. And no, I did not actually see if you can read that. And Albert's Towhee, that's just the first one on the list to indicate the first clip I have recorded is not something that I'm going to use. There went a song sparrow right in front of us. But since we did have the song sparrow, I can put 2 of those on here for the eBird list. And I can put you up a bit so you can see what's going on. And we'll go back to listening in just a moment. This is slightly unusual for me. I've only done this a handful of times with the audio recording. And the fact that I don't have a camera at all. I mean, besides the one I'm recording with, I have no picture or video taking capabilities for the birds themselves specifically. Why don't we get a clip of some red-winged blackbirds here, because they seem to be making the most noise. Okay. I think that's fairly nice. You get a lot of river sounds. Although I'm not sure if this is a creek or a river. Probably a creek. I'm guessing it's based on size, but I don't actually know that information. Probably not going to be doing too much moving today, since we are staying out of the wind. Again, we are just kind of making the most of it, which is perfectly fine. This all counts. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you, I believe there's still time because I'm so far ahead on editing and releasing. The original name of this was not going to be birding. It was going to be bird watching, because I've always used bird watching. As a matter of fact, birding, using bird as a verb, has always felt wrong to me for some reason, and I am forcing myself to overcome that because it is objectively wrong in every way. The groups I go to, the things I read online, it is called birding. Some people are adamant about that. I am not. But especially today, more so than any other day, going out and listening to birds is not as much bird watching. Now I have binoculars. I can be watching birds. I'm actually a little curious if there's something down there. There is not. But it all counts. It is birding. And I have to get used to that. So even though our kind of test pilot episode was called Bird Watching, and I have the title and the episode scheduled, I'll be changing that before it comes out. And I'll be doing the same thing for this one, just calling it birding. It's really the first time in nearly 8 years. 7 years? No, I started in 2018. Nearly 8 years, June of 2018 is when I really started getting into this and taking pictures of birds. I went hard in 2019 that I will use bird as a verb. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the verb. Could not resist. Let's listen to some birds again here. Mostly red-winged blackbird. Pelicans. And there was another cormorant overhead. That actually makes for a third one. What is that noise? That one I'm not sure about. I'll go ahead and mark that as a goldfinch because we could hear a goldfinch in there. But there was something else there that I did not recognize that hasn't happened since. There was a kind of almost a chatter. I think I'm learning. I don't know all the terms for it yet. Yellow-rumped warbler, really? This morning I'm gonna do more at night. Let's see. There we go. That was good. Despite the fact that it is below 40, I think it was 36 when I left the house this morning. which is very close to 0 in Celsius, because it's almost freezing. Despite that, despite how windy it is, despite the walk to get to this spot, once we're here, this is very nice. Just being able to sit and watch and listen, mostly listen. Chipping sparrow? That seems unlikely. Let's listen and see if we... I don't know what one sounds like. Song, red-winged blackbird. No, I don't think it's a yellowthroat. Merlin does its best, and it gets pretty accurate and close sometimes, from what I'm noticing, but not always. Especially when there's a lot of things, or you get ones that can mimic what other ones sound like. So unless I see it repeatedly coming up over and over again, I don't usually count it. Why don't we just let you listen in for a little bit here? See what just happened. I dropped my phone almost immediately, which is fun. And then as I'm listening and looking and thinking and watching, whoa, that's much closer. Hold on, warming up again. Very cool. We actually managed to get, so the one that was the closest to us just let out a very loud call. It's kind of hoo, 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 hoo. Yeah, there's one a little further away. There was one in the tree right across from us that was very loud. And I started recording after that call, but we did get its high-pitched chatter as it flew away. Chitter, chatter, pitter-patter. There's definitely terms for these things, although I don't know them all yet. But that great blue heron, it looked like it had something in its mouth, just with my eye. But it either ate it by the time it landed. You can't really see. It is up along there, stalking its way through the creek. I can see it just moving, very carefully, very slowly. There's a branch floating down the creek. I always like sitting by moving water. Just watch. Pick one of the bubbles going past and just watch it as it goes. Heron's in the middle of the creek, standing tall, standing still, waiting for the right opportune moment to strike. need a remote for this. I think that would be a good idea to have. It's picking up the yellow-rumped warbler quite a bit. And we are getting into time for them because we saw them just yesterday. But I don't know what they sound like, and I would like to be able to isolate it so I understand. We'll have to wait for that. The wind is starting to pick up a bit. I kind of doubt we've heard a sandhill crane today. A yellowthroat would be really cool to see. I've never seen one of those. I may have seen a chipping sparrow once. Brown-headed cowbird. Okay, what are we listening to here? Let's see. It's that higher pitched noise. Kingfisher. Get the kingfisher. Kingfisher, excellent. Excellent. Now, this might be a short day. Tree swallow. Wow. Wind is picking up. That was really good. That was a red-winged blackbird that was right on the other side of these reeds here to our right. That was excellent. I've never had one quite so crisp and clear before. I did not notice. You hear that where they do that, their typical call, but there's actually a double chirp before they do that. And I'd heard it, but I didn't realize it was two until I'm watching the spectrogram as it does two individual chirp chirp, then the loud call. Interesting, very interesting. My fingers are frozen. Unfortunately, for this much touchscreen, I do have to have the fingerless gloves as best as possible, because I've just never found gloves that work as reliably. I'm doing a lot of touching over here. As I said, I've spent many, many years kind of refining, learning the photo aspect to all of this. The audio was something that I had not paid much attention to. Oh, excuse me. But I'm coming around to it now, and I'm trying to learn, much like when I started with the photos. I was just taking pictures with the best telephoto I had, which was kind of a kit lens that came with it, very basic, 75 to 300 millimeter, very wide open. It worked. I did get some pretty good photos with that when the conditions were just right. And in a similar fashion, starting out with this and using just the onboard microphones, the X and Y pattern capsules, you heard everything. But the best example I can give is what just happened with that red-winged blackbird right there. That red-winged blackbird was clear, it was crisp, it was right close up, and we were able to isolate it with the shotgun mic. That's what we're looking for. Nice and clear, the best possible option to just hear only that. That's what I'm hoping for when I do the audio. Because right now, like, let's see. There's a red-winged blackbird, but it'll pop up with a couple other ones. That one I can identify. What was that? The point is, when there's so many, I can't pick them out between them. And I realized that that's, sometimes you have to focus in on all of them. If you take a picture of 10 birds all there, but you're specifically identifying and saying the one in the middle is this one, other people can look at the photo and go, oh yes, I could focus on that. And I know that there are, that's what will happen with this, because red-winged blackbirds and starlings and birds like that, robins, are going to be everywhere. So you kind of tune them out in order to hear just the one that the clip says is the point. But obviously and ideally, if possible, isolating just one bird is the goal. And I think that's what we're going to do today. I think that's going to be it. I'm pretty cold. A short trip, but a good one. We saw quite a bit. I'll continue a walk back, but the audio will probably not be usable. Oh, hold on. We have some approaching. Let's see if the mallards want to make any noise today. We've got 3 of them on the right, a male and 2 females. of mallard noises. Kind of far, though. I'll let you listen. All right. I think that is going to wrap up our audio recording for today. I'm going to go ahead and walk on back. I'll record for a bit longer, but I won't be talking because I don't think any of my audio will come through. I think there will be too much wind. I'm not sure if I'll use the clip at the beginning either on the walk here because of that purpose, so. There went a mallard overhead as it flew, one of the two. I was wrong, it was two males. Or was that a female that just went overhead? I couldn't really tell. Anyway, I think that's going to do it. I will continue my eBird list. I will continue looking and listening as I head on out of here. But I will make my goodbyes now. So I want to thank you all for joining. This was a lovely little morning once we got out of the wind. Tucked back here by the creek. What was that? That was something sizable. I don't think it was a rabbit. It must have been. Yeah, it must have been. Geese out on the water. one's flying. Oh, it's so tiny. Little bunny rabbit, get back in there. That's the smallest one I've ever seen. Can't be bigger than my fist. Oh. Oh, you got a little home in there. That's good. That's good. That's safe. There's plenty of hawks in the area. You stay right down in there. Yellow rabbit brush. I believe we learned that one before, but useful to double check. Couldn't get out of here without at least trying to learn one. So there's a cormorant doing a circle and heading back. The wind is actually less than it was considerably an hour ago. This is completely usable. Piqued down here on the creek at this point. This might very well be a river. I should learn what it is. That's the J. Why don't we see if we can't get a clear call of the J? Maybe move further away. What is that? There goes a J. The wind is picking. We take what we can get. Now my hand is really and truly cold. Here, look up here for just a moment. Okay. I'll have to double check. I wanted to learn what the name of this was. But opening a Maps app that has all of your locations saved is probably not exactly the best idea to do on camera, if you know what I mean. So I'll have to look. I do know one place that I've come to probably the most during all my recording times is St. Vrain, which is not very far away at all. As a matter of fact, I think I was looking up the other day that these connect this park in St. Vrain, because it's across the highway, which is over there. It's not like I'm at a private location. This is very much public knowledge. So then I think that's Boulder Creek, which must head all the way from Boulder. Pick up the pace a little bit. I'm cold. Getting a little tired. I chose to go the long way around to get back to the parking lot. Get some more exercise. It's good. This was a good day. I didn't have super high hopes for it. I knew I planned it out as going out Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I still have to think about where I'll go tomorrow, but for just this, as it was, I think we got some pretty decent clips, and I had a very fun time listening to the birds. Probably up our red-winged blackbird number. Too many to count. We hear them all over, and I don't know individuals. There's another one up on the green bush on the right. There's the wind. Drop off some water. Might be about to rain. Which you don't say. Looking at the clouds. Certainly possible. Which is good, we sure do need it. The rain will help fill the ponds back up. The lakes. The river. Creek. Help all the plants. Bring out the worms, the words. Bring out worms for the birds. It's all very nice. The circle continues. And I still have to make it back to the car. It was just one drop though. I don't think it's started just yet. But I think as I hoof it and huff and puff my way back, I'll probably stop recording. So I think we've had a very nice, lovely morning out. Very relaxed Sunday morning. See, I say something like that and then I see 18 geese flying in. Update my totals. We got something just dipped under in the... Oh, hello. Diving bird, what are you? Could be the cormorant. Definitely had some size to it. Didn't look like a grebe. Back up, and it is a cormorant. But we have... Oh. Well, we do have some grebes out there. Oh. I don't think I've seen these ones in a while. Oop. Sorry about that. My apologies. Whoa, big heron. Heron flying. Goose going over. This is what I've started doing anytime I go outside. Simply trying to look and identify. Alright, we've got out on the water. That is for sure. Oh, I have not seen them in such a long time. Let me get a picture, even though it'll be poor quality. I don't know how rare they are. Come on. exciting. That's very exciting. What we have out there. It's tiny little dots for you, I'm sure. But out on the lake, at the middle, if you can see where the highway is, in the middle of all that, there is construction equipment. Directly down from that, there's a pair of birds on the water. Again, they will just be tiny little dots for you. Those have black backs, bright white stripes. Oh man, their whole face, basically from the underside of their flying. Not a heron. Oh, not a heron. A hawk. What do we got? Oh, it's so dark. But it's large. Might be red-tailed. I'm not seeing any distinguishing. It's so dark. I actually, you know what? Oh, nope, wait. Not a hawk. That's a raven. Much larger than a crow, but I could see the bill was pointed, and that's why it was all black. Very nice. So, what was I saying though? Raven. Common raven, unlikely for this area and time of year. And then I'm going to pull up Merlin to confirm before I type it in. Grebe. The western grebe. Wait. Could it be Clark's? It's likely. Oh, I don't know the difference between the two. Both are likely. I'll have to wait until I get back to the book. But there are two of them out there. We are closer now. Let me get another picture. Even if it's just on the phone, it is not nothing. White all through the front, white going back on the head, yellow bill, black cap on the top, leading to the back. It's certainly not nothing. Set the audio down there. I haven't seen one of these since Wyoming, hence why I am all excited. Oh, 3 of them. Even better. Okay. See, I was getting ready to leave. Headed right out of here. That, for sure, is the new one for the year. That's the first of the year, and the first of many years. The last time I saw those was back in Wyoming at some of the reservoirs there. Excellent. Oh, that's wonderful. Maybe they will stick around and be here next time I'm out with a camera. Great white over there, probably pelican. Yes. Count that as the 3rd pelican. And add 2 more cormorants that just went down there right next to each other. Don't seem to mind in the slightest. Cormorants. Western or Clark's. Neither one is marked as unlikely, but I will have to research. How many robins did we see today? At least 10. Kept seeing them along the side. I think I see one coming up, which is a good reminder. Every time I think, oh, okay, the rest of this walk probably won't be too exciting. I can cut the camera here. Something happens. So I guess I'll just let it run. Let's see what's in this pond up here. You're getting a much longer video today than I thought there would be. I hope all the audio is working out since this is a new setup technically. Well, it appears to be going. One of them appears to be going. Uh-oh. That might not be good. That's going. That's recording. What happened to this one? So I'm going to check back in the car. I'm quite afraid that we no longer have the ambient audio. I hope we had it at some point today. That's kind of the point. Oh, no, it's coming. Made a horrible mistake there. That's not ideal, but it's something. These are all the geese that came into land. Yes, yes they are. Just the three grebes, they are now resting, hunkering down. Can add another. Oh, there might be 5 or 6 pelicans. We'll have to see. but definitely had some trouble. It's difficult to do this one-handed. Those are pigeons. We can add that. Let's see here. What do I need to do at this point? Pelicans. 5 to that count. Pigeons. 3 rock pigeons. And there's the wind. Now I truly think it's going to be done for today. I imagine we will see more red-winged blackbirds and robins on the way back to the car, which will only be a few more minutes, so this is where I'll end out. I certainly hope this was enjoyable. Again, thank you for joining on a simple joy of bird watching. Nope, birding. I renamed it. I'll get it. I have to get used to that. Bye, everybody. Oh, totals for the list as of right now. 15 birds seen today, 20 geese, 3 mallards, 3 rock pigeons, 2 mourning doves, a killdeer, 8 double-crested cormorants, 3 great blue herons, 8 American white pelicans. We at least heard 1 belted kingfisher and 1 blue jay. There may have been more, could not determine. At least 10 robins, probably more than that, 2 song sparrows, many red-winged blackbirds, and 2 common grackles that I saw flying. Also, the infrequent was the raven that I thought may have been a hawk going over. But it was not. It was definitely a raven. We obviously have 3 more grebes that I will add when I get back to the car. I don't know. They are either Western or Clark's. I have to learn what the difference is. that you can see in the behind-the-scenes vlog that will come out immediately following this, probably the next day. Bye, everybody. Oh, my battery died.